Memory and learning. How well is conditioning remembered? A CS can still evoke a response after a long time of it not being present. Henderson did studies with shocking rats, and he proved that the rats remembered the CS and the intensity of the shock that was paired with it. Conditioning is not always remembered accurately, though, and the animal can start to generalize the CS and the US. Forgetting can cause responding to an untrained stimuli, and some forms of conditioning are forgotten more easily than others. Henderson and Thomas found that fear inhibition is forgotten faster than fear excitation. This is why some fear and anxiety may appear randomly. Gordon, Smith, and Katz's study with shocking rats found that latency causes forgetfulness even when given reminder treatments. The reminder treatments did improve memory significantly, but not when the latency was at 72 hours. Memory reactivation is forgotten memories can be triggered by re-exposure to part of the original learning situation. Even though the information is stored somewhere in our brain, we forget it until it is retrieved. There are three main causes of forgetting. The first one is trace decay. Memory decays over time. But studies suggest that memories can stay intact after long periods of time. It just needs to be retrieved and does not get destroyed. The second is interference. This is when memory of information can be hurt when conflicting information is learned at another point in time. There are two types of this. The first is proactive interference. This is when interfering information is learned before the target information, and retroactive interference is interfering information is learned after the target information. Retrieval failure may occur, which is when information is still in your memory but is forgotten if you can't retrieve it. The context must be similar to the original to have good memory retrieval. The rat studies conducted by Gordon and colleagues prove that forgetting is caused by passage of time or a context change, but can be alleviated through a reminder treatment. Remembering, forgetting, and extinction. Many models have an explanation for extinction, but none of them really get it right and can't truly explain it. Extinction does not destroy original learning. The renewal effect is when conditioned excitation is remembered well regardless of context and time. Even though responding to the CS is repressed in the extinction context, the context doesn't work through inhibitory conditioning. The CS may be ambiguous and its current meaning depends on the current context. Boughton also found that the context is provided by many types of background cues. He also found that spontaneous recovery is the renewal effect that happens when the CS is tested outside of the extinction's temporal context. And the temporal context is conceptual stimuli that change with the passage of time. Both are reduced if the animal is given a reminder treatment. The renewal effect and spontaneous recovery may provide reasons for relapse after therapy, which is why therapists must be careful about the ways they perform extinction so as relapse does not occur. Fear in humans can be reduced by exposure to the feared stimulus, but it can be renewed in a different context. There are other effects that prove extinction does not destroy original learning, and these two are reinstatement and rapid reacquisition. Reinstatement is when the US is presented on its own after extinction and may cause responding to the CS to return when the CS is tested later. Rapid reacquisition is when conditioned responses can sometimes return very quickly when CS-US pairings are repeated after extinction.